What?
No, I found another one.
Oh, seriously? So did I.
What do you mean?
I got another one right here.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, sweet.
What do we do now?
I know, and me too. I know, and me too. I know, and me too. I know, and me too.
Got these voices in my mind, these motherfuckers all wanna lace up they shoes. Got a mystery on our hands, everybody looking for the slight clues.
I know, and me too. I know, and me too. I know, and me too. I know, and me too.
Got these voices in my mind, these motherfuckers all wanna lace up they shoes. Got a mystery on our hands, everybody looking for the slight clues. I smell a pretender, then all my thoughts begin to render. See, I mend together the slender pieces needed for my puzzle to be completed. My mind works at exceeding rates, I'm awaiting the hate coming through the gate. The numbers against me think you know my fate, but no matter the case, I beat the case. It's evident to all these motherfuckers, I'm a testament, bitch, I be prevalent. They be irrelevant, that's cause I turn them to dust, and from dust I turn them to sediment. I'm in my element, all of the talk is malevolent, but I got me my regiment. All of the clues we put together tells us the graveyard will be your residence.
I know, and me too. I know, and me too. I know, and me too. I know, and me too.
Got these voices in my mind, these motherfuckers all wanna lace up they shoes. Got a mystery on our hands, everybody looking for the slight clues.
I know, and me too. I know, and me too. I know, and me too. I know, and me too.
Got these voices in my mind, these motherfuckers all wanna lace up they shoes. Got a mystery on our hands, everybody looking for the slight clues.
Armed and dangerous, complacency we tangled in. Can't foil the plot if the boat we rock's aluminum. Burning through till we smoking them chemicals too. Homie, that's full-blown schizophrenia from escaping my youth. Now I'm consumed by constant conversation with many apartment occupants. All of them never seem to want to meet the family when they make it in, claiming it's me flying off of the handle again. They fed me the medicine in hopes those occupants vacate, but they paid in full. For many years, cried many tears, insults from my so-called peers. Perhaps that's just reflecting them tricks in the fucking mirror. What's the saying? Them objects may be closer than they appear, but it isn't what I see, homie, it's what I hear. They ain't part of me, though, resemble the family. Vocally only since my vision been leaving me. Doping me up with double doses, way too potent. Proceed postponement, tearing up audio with decrease of transient focus. Now notice how no one noticed how.
I know, and me too. I know, and me too. I know, and me too. I know, and me too.
Got these voices in my mind, these motherfuckers all wanna lace up they shoes. Got a mystery on our hands, everybody looking for the slight clues.
I know, and me too. I know, and me too. I know, and me too. I know, and me too.
Got these voices in my mind, these motherfuckers all wanna lace up they shoes. Got a mystery on our hands, everybody looking for the slight clues.
I'm not flexing, I'm just out here trying to do my thing. It's a whole lot of food, that's why I do it this way. Cause if you with me, then I'm with you and we on it today. I hope I turn you up and we perform on the stage. So don't come in talking about that rah rah rah. Yeah, you know I keep it on me by that 555. If you don't know me, this is how he roll. He keep my lyrics on way swole. Keep that 40 on my hip and it go bang bang bang. Got that clip and you know it's gon' sing. Keep you oohing and eyeing just like a choo-choo train. My flow the realest in the game, I really care what you think. Yeah, you know I pulled up in that coupe though. Ratatouille, yeah, you know I got that soup, bro. Just call me Iron Man, you know I'm in my suit, bro. And I'm a blast off going through the roof though. I'm not flexing, I'm just out here trying to do my thing. It's a whole lot of food, that's why I do it this way. Cause if you with me, then I'm with you and we on it today. I hope I turn you up and we perform on the stage. So don't come in talking about that rah rah rah. Yeah, you know I keep it on me by that 555. If you don't know me, this is how he roll. He keep my lyrics on way swole. Little homie, why you mad? Why you hating on me? Cause when I get up on stage, I know you waiting on me. And when I get backstage, just take a photo with me. Then take it home, show your friends you got a photo with me. When I start getting money, yeah, I'm prepared for the switch. Bringing pets, smart pressure like a dog, you gon' sit. No, I can't lie when I say they ain't catching my drift. So keep searching if you trying to find the key to my riddle. I'm not flexing, I'm just out here trying to do my thing. It's a whole lot of food, that's why I do it this way. Cause if you with me, then I'm with you and we on it today. I hope I turn you up and we perform on the stage. So don't come in talking about that rah rah rah. Yeah, you know I keep it on me by that 555.
Oh, great. Same fucking room. Bro, no matter what door I go into, I just want to get the fuck out of here.
You're witnessing unsafe at work.
God damn! I've been wasting time, I've been wasting time. There is no way to escape the grind, to escape the grind. I am always lost up in this mind, lost up in this mind. There is no way to escape this mind, to escape this mind. There is no way. I be in here looking for a front door. I don't like being stuck in with this asshole. They be in this motherfucker just thinking too much, and I be really in the mood to roll up a Dutch, cause I don't really wanna deal with no problems. And this motherfucker right here think he can solve them, but I remind them all the time, didn't you cost them? Only got a couple screws loose, nah, but you lost them. Open the door, just another thought process. Can't find the next motherfucker, where's the progress? And I just really be getting tired of the nonsense. Running around this maze, motherfucker, what's the concept? Oh, see that, and oh, see this. But I'm the real OC, your motherfucker named Chris. Better open this cage or I will fill up the gauge with this rage, and then find yourself acting real strange, bitch. I've been wasting time, I've been wasting time. There is no way to escape the grind, to escape the grind. I am always lost up in this mind, lost up in this mind. There is no way to escape this mind, to escape this mind. There is no way. Open the door, walk in the room like the last. Feeling like I'm on a rolling set, minus the cash. Just a table with a mic, no windows, one light. And they got me sitting in a chair that numbs up my ass. I'm becoming impatient when this motherfucker say shit, interrupting my motive to move out of this place now. Hit all of the walls, whatever the case is. I am really trying my best to escape this, but to no avail, cause it only remind them that I'm here like a migraine. So we threw a dope beat and gave me the supply chain. I be growing insane until the time came when he finally let me enjoy something like a live game. Hit the record button and told me to ride, cause the light from the button is my only outside. If I'm gonna confide, it is really my only time that I get to feel alive, bitch. I've been wasting time, I've been wasting time. There is no way to escape the grind, to escape the grind. I am always lost up in this mind, lost up in this mind. There is no way to escape this mind, to escape this mind. There is no way.
They've been trying to drag me down again, acting as if I can handle it. Drastic measures, pressure, common sense. What's the karma or the cost of it? All I see is a large target, don't expect me not to aim at it. 10 toes deep in the trenches, speak with a treacherous lesson to learn. Rap is leverage, better collect every debt everyone owes. I don't intend on doing this shit, but you know that the mission is on, bitch. Baby, I hope that you know that the ropes are really fucking hard to hold. And if I got to, baby, you know I'ma come low. And the motherfucking fact that honestly, baby, I know that I'm a body every rapper. Even if the motherfucker brought the rapture. Goddamn, baby, look at that, I flip it backwards. Then what? And then back front. Baby, you know suicide is all I really want. And I really been top 10. All of y'all Martians really don't know what the fuck this was. This that earth flow. Goddamn, baby, look how Kurt go. This shit's pretty crazy. Murk those motherfuckers kinda need that whip, because the shit is a miracle. Damn. Indivisible. Oh, and invisible. Check it out. Hot got the crystals, now need chemicals. Cause you know I gotta mix them bitches. What's the research? I don't even fucking know if her knees work. Honestly, I'ma keep putting her on them. Goddamn, baby, got the sugar up on them. And I know that I ain't gonna coat that shit. Gotta give a fucking go when I flow like this. Goddamn, baby, pick and fucking roll like it's motherfucking NBA. I'm like, how are you today? I just wanted to bother you and the other dudes coming like they've been trying to drag me down again, acting as if I can handle it. Drastic measures, pressure, common sense. What's the karma or the cost of it? All I see is a large target, don't expect me not to aim at it. 10 toes deep in the trenches, speak with a treacherous lesson to learn. Rap is leverage, better collect every debt everyone owes. All of my goddamn milestones, you know that they about to be paved in gold.
Ooh, shit, baby, just check out that tempo switch. Ooh, sick, they didn't see me steal shit till I meal this, now I'll milk it.
Hey, baby, just build this motherfucking flow. Honestly, K3 been wild since long ago. They don't even know. Goddamn, God, I puff a smoke just like I lit another blunt up in this little bitch ass. Really gotta tell them, where is that? I don't even fucking see. Honestly, better be a whole lot motherfucking farther from me, cause they've been trying to drag me down again, acting as if I could handle it. Drastic measures, pressure, common sense. What's the karma or the cost of it? All I see is a large target, don't expect me not to aim at it. 10 toes deep in the trenches, speak.
What is going on, everybody, man? We are downtown on the corner. And yeah, you see it behind me, man. It's mid-May madness up in this bitch. Yeah, I got us on the outskirts, you know what I'm saying? I got us over here on the outside, kind of looking in. But we will be inside the madness a little bit later when we start getting some submissions. And when we start talking a little bit about some of the news that we have lined up today. What's good? We got Submom and we got Quinn in the building in substitution of Cordell. He is busy for the morning, but we do have Quinn in the building as well as Submom with us today. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing today?
It's Ladies' Day.
Hey. Don't take over too much, all right? You know what I'm saying?
You're outnumbered.
This is that madness I'm talking about. Fuck. But yeah, no, how's your morning? It's Friday morning. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's all right. It was we had a hard time sleeping last night because of some of the things we'll talk about later in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's people outside digging up my neighbor's lawn because they have poop in their basement. But other than that, it's a great day.
Hey, listen, as long as you said in your neighbor's lawn,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's all I heard out of that. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, they have sewage back up in their basement. It sucks.
As long as the people fixing don't end up fucking it up to where they fix that problem but create one for you. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the mess up. The mess up. But yeah, how are you guys doing out in Blunt Ones Mafia, man? Big shout out to you guys for being here. And again, this is the Korner Konvo podcast. We're going to be doing some drive-by reviews for those that send in the VIPs. We also have a vibe check lined up for the ones that send in published tracks, potentially for something they want to submit tonight. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's up. We do have some news coverage today. Some things that are, conveniently within play of the theme that I had for this week. Mid-May madness that we got going on. And yeah, we got some stuff to talk about.
Getting crazy
today.
out there.
We got some past things to discuss. We also have some present things to talk about, and we have some things that we potentially might want to look into in the future. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe do a little bit of a feedback kind of episode about said topics. But our first little topic of news that I wanted to discuss, for those in the chat also, by the way, we have the I'm not sure if I probably didn't, but if I didn't, there it is. We do have the submission form available for you, so get your submissions in. We will be doing the submissions in between these news articles and things of the nature, but we're gonna go over first, and we're gonna try to see about this one here. This one here is going to be more into the future, something that we might possibly need to look into in the next couple of weeks, months. They said it could be something potentially up to a year, but sometime they believe this year. They're talking about, maybe an eruption. I don't know. We'll look at it, though. This right here is an underwater volcano. Mom, if you wanted to touch base on this a little bit more, I know you had some information about this last time, too.
Yeah. So it's called the Axial Seamount, and it is a volcano that is underneath the water, about a mile underneath the surface of the water off the coast of Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been active more recently than it has been in a while. I think, when did you say the last time it erupted? It was like 2011?
2015. 2015 is what I was gathering from the article here. What you're seeing currently is just some of the vessels that are coming off the said volcano. These are just some of the exhausts that are spewing little things, little plumes of what they call mineral-rich gases.
Snow mounds.
Mm-hmm.
They call them snow mounds, I believe. The weird
These ones
bubbly...
particularly are called hydrothermal vents.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
You can see the difference too. Like there's literally a color difference of the water coming from these vents.
Right.
Almost similar to those of smokestacks. You know what I mean? But yeah, these are providing hella conditions for certain species that will thrive in these things. They're basically considered like a hot spring for some of the sea life. So if you could just imagine, you know what I mean, a little hot tub
area for yourself. These motherfuckers going over there, rubbing up against the coral for a little bit, getting a nice little itch on, and then hey man, let's chill out. Let's just relax.
Yeah.
Who's in the vibe? They're worried about this one though this year.
Yeah.
Particularly this one. They said the last time that this one erupted, it created a chain events of 10,000 earthquakes around the world.
In one day,
in
right?
one day.
Yeah.
That was the kicker. In one day. All right, one day. That's something that we got to look at because the last time this did happen, it did say it was in 2015, I believe. Let me just go back and look through this article for a second.
Yeah.
But
typically when it
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say typically when it erupts, it doesn't do much, to us because it's happening underneath the water. But one of the scientists that studies this volcano said that there could be some fountaining, so the water would be like just crazy.
Right.
So this is crazy. This is the article that I read yesterday. Actually, the same one that you're on.
Is it nice? So
Yeah.
here it says all three of the most recent eruptions from this exact same underwater volcano was all three of them in 1998, 2011, and 2015 being the most recent one that we've experienced. They all happened between January and April, and we are, as you can see, past April. So with the expectation of this coming, it's at this point it's one of those, whether we're asleep or awake, it could happen at any moment, they're expecting, but it could be potentially up to 6 months to a year. Well, not fully a year because they're expecting it by the end of this year. But yeah, it's just one of them things where it's like, okay, so any day now we could potentially have up to 10,000 earthquakes in one day, and I'm trying to find the specifics of where that part of the article is. There it is right here. So during the volcano's last eruption in 2015, the team observed 10,000 small-scale earthquakes in a 24-hour period.
Yeah. It's insane.
10,000
Same.
in a 24-hour period is ridiculous.
Yeah, and the same can be expected for the next one. Oh, they're called, so those white plumes that come up.
I see that. I seen that.
They're called snow blowers. I forget what I said they were called, but it's snow blowers, not snow mounds or whatever I said. Snow mounds.
She's down there eating some fucking candies. Mm-hmm.
Snow mounds.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So this is coming in. This one particularly, this article, CNN Science on this one is the backing for this article. But yeah, I mean, it's one of them things where it's like, ugh. Now, just to put into perspective for what you guys are hearing, the reason I say that is because, listen, we're talking about a volcano. It's located nearly a mile underwater.
Right.
And it sits right on the Juan de Fuca Ridge, which is a ridge with two massive tectonic plates. So just think about the exponential for, you know what I mean, output.
Oh, see, I'm gonna try to send it in the chat on Discord. There's this video of what it looks like kind of when these erupt. I don't think this is the same one. I sent it in a chat.
Okay.
But you might be able to pull it, and it's just cool because this volcano is so deep in the ocean, it's a mile down, that the water is like super cold there. So what happens is when it erupts, it's boiling hot, flaming magma comes out, but the water is so cold that it like instantly kind of freezes it.
Right.
And so it creates all this really cool underwater topography, I guess you would say. And what's interesting too is that most of the ocean floor and the topography in the ocean is actually created from underwater volcanic activity. So this stuff's going on all the time down there, and we don't normally notice it. I mean, I think the reason this one's in the news is because it's a pretty big one, and it's kind of close. It's like right off the coast of what do you call it? Oregon? Is it Oregon?
Yeah. It says it's off the coast, right off the coast of Oregon. And it's like kind of like in that section right there between Oregon and like Northern California, right off into the coast. But
Right.
yeah, it's a mile deep. In itself, it's a mile deep, and sitting right on the ridge of two different plates. But so this is an undersea volcano eruption caught on video.
It's a pretty short clip, but it's really
Hi, my
cool.
name's Joe Reesing. I'm
That looks
joining
weird.
the
Is that the
study of
right
the atmosphere
video?
of
I
the
think it
ocean at the
is.
University of Washington. I was the chief scientist on this expedition,
see.
so I led the cruise
Yeah.
trip to the West Mata eruption. The video that you'll be looking at
Mhm.
large magma bubbles are about 3 feet across.
Yeah, you can see the
and
things
bubbles
literally popping
are
out,
molten
and then they're
rock
Yeah.
that are
just instantly
expanded under the
stopping
pressure,
and just
gas pressure of magmatic
Right.
There
So
it
they
is,
took
there
this
it is.
footage.
magmatic gas we presume
They
is
actually
mostly
took this
water.
footage from a
And
submarine. So
the
they were
water is in the
down
magma.
there filming it because
That
they can
magma
actually
temperature
get
is
pretty
1,000
close
degrees,
because
and
of
when
the
it
way that the
suddenly cools
water
by coming
just
in contact
cools
with
it
seawater,
instantly
the
when it
bubble bursts.
it kind of
Right.
reminds
What
me
excites
of
me
like,
most
you
about
know,
this
in the
volcanic
winter
eruption
when
is that
it's
we have
really cold outside and you
that
can
on
take
planet
a
Earth
cup of boiling water and just throw it in the air and it'll
Right,
just
right.
it's like the same idea kind of. That's just it's wild. Like look at that. Ugh. And I'm like, how brave are these people just to be right down there filming this? Oh my God, I'd be terrified. It's gotta sound crazy too, you know?
I mean, it almost looks like some of these flashes are potentially like electricity flashes. They look more like
Well,
electricity flashes.
they actually, some volcanoes create lightning within themselves when they erupt. So I would
Right.
assume that underwater they would still do the same thing.
Can you just imagine being a fish in a normal environment of this, like the ones that are like, yeah,
Oh,
this is my hot spring, and then they're just like, oh, dude got tased, man.
the
Right.
next thing you know, there's like magma. Like, oh God, that'll ruin your day.
Hell yeah. Yeah, this is insane. It almost
hmm
reminds me of like a water balloon. Like if you were to hold a balloon underwater and just let it kind of like let the air out of it, and just how
Yeah.
it bubbles up. It's got
hmm
those type of plumes, but then you can see like just the magma running off the side. So
Right.
it's like whatever gases are escaping, but essentially the magma is just like, nope, you're not going
Yeah.
nowhere.
It's crazy. Well, and just to think of the amount of energy that's released from something like this. Like, I wonder what the counter effects are on like the ocean, you know, habitat, the biosphere
Right.
or whatever, the hydrosphere, you know, because it's got to heat the water in that area. And I do know that they were saying there's a lot of these like actually in the Arctic area. And sometimes when these go off, they'll actually warm the surrounding water so much that it'll begin to melt glaciers and icebergs that are in the area. And then that can cause flooding and landslides and all kind of crazy things. So hopefully, I don't think there's any icebergs like where this one's going to be going
See, I
off,
don't know if
but
you've ever made mashed potatoes. Like, you ever made mashed potatoes, but then just let them sit there for a minute and then kind of watch, like, just like the air pockets start to bubble and just
yeah,
boom, boom, boom. That's kind of like what this was starting to remind me of a little bit.
right.
Just the more I've been watching it, I'm like, this shit looked like potatoes on the stove. You just left them cook for a little bit longer, let them
Looks like
sit.
potatoes.
Didn't start stirring it for a minute, and then look, blip, 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 blip.
Blah, blah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it's wild.
That shit crazy. Now I'm wondering if this specific eruption here, this was, I believe it says, it was a little bit over a decade ago. I think this specific video.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, low key, if potentially, there was any fallout from this, because this is being this long ago, was around similar times as the other one that they're expecting to erupt this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if the one that we're talking about would be this intense. Like, I have no idea. But it's just, I would think it would. They did
Right.
say that the center of it has collapsed on itself several times and has made,
A bigger crater, yeah, which is that
yeah.
they're expecting that to be some sort of side effect of the eruption this time around, which is why they're kind of
hmm
monitoring it so much. But yeah, they
Yeah.
said it says here I did want to just point this out because they are pointing out how to watch it if you were interested.
Right.
The idea behind this, though, it says they have a public live stream event that they do for this, like any of the observing, just naturally they have a live stream for it. But they
Hmm.
do have one an undersea volcanic eruption that scientists directly witnessed for the first time on April 29th so far this year, which was a smaller one. It was just a little tiny thing, nothing to
Yeah.
be crazy about. But they say this thing erupts numerous times throughout the year. It's just the size of the eruption this time is going to be quite significant. They're saying. So,
Yeah. I think this is the first time too they said they're going to live stream it. So
right,
it's kind of cool. I mean, the thing that sucks is like who knows when it's going to happen. So I mean, that could be a very dull live stream for a while, but
right, right, right. Mm-hmm.
yeah, as
I
soon as I
mean,
hear
for
it's
real.
going, I'm going to try to find it. I'm going to watch it. That's
Now,
cool.
based on the fact that this is talking about potentially creating this many earthquakes, right? We
Hmm.
did just have so far this year, okay, we had a fault rupture
Yeah.
caught on camera, okay? This right here coming to us from Myanmar, I believe, and it was a seven
Myanmar. Is
yeah, Myanmar
that
from
a
the
country?
earthquake. I believe so.
Oh, okay.
I believe so.
I didn't know what that was.
It was a 7.9 earthquake. It says here in the caption. Okay, now this coming in from a CCV camera located, I believe it was either outside of a building, like a private owned building,
Hmm.
or a residence. I'm not sure exactly the details of that, but it's gonna show you the physical event of itself happening. So just some of the things I want to point out to kind of watch because it might happen fast. You might not see some things. Just keep an eye, and I'm gonna loop it a couple of times so you guys can see it. But keep an eye on the actual driveway here, like the cement pad in the front here. You'll see the gate itself start to shake when you'll know the event's about to happen, and then you'll see the ground itself. Then you'll see the background. The background here is where you'll see the actual plates themselves shift apart.
Wow.
But this right here was captured again, a 7 point. It was caused from a 7.9 earthquake. So now just keep that in perspective on the
Yeesh.
scale that they have for these
Right.
earthquakes. This is
The
not
Richter.
the biggest.
No. Does it go up to 10? Is
Right.
that the Richter? Yeah.
Right. And
So
this is a
7 point
7.9. So
7.9. It's still pretty hefty.
that's still a pretty dominant force. But just keep in mind, it's not the biggest. So just
Right.
it's crazy. But this is the event right here. I'll let it play out.
I'm excited to see this. Ooh.
All right, here it comes.
Oh, my stream must be behind.
And there it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at those all the gates.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. There,
Yo.
run it again. The whole shift, you can actually physically
The
see
whole
the towers back here. The
ground.
towers back here completely
Yeah,
just break under the pressure of the shift.
that's
Um,
insane. The whole ground just
yeah. You watch
No.
the entire ground right here along this line, and it just
Oh my
breaks.
god. Yeah, that's a tectonic plate shift. Yeah.
Quinn, you are muted if you are talking, Quinn. My fault. You are muted.
No, my bad. I said when I watched this video, I went straight to the comments, and one of the comments said, "Imagine falling in the crack."
Or be in a car
God.
driving over this as it's happening. That would be insane.
Dude.
And yeah, this happened. It was like it's literally a security camera. I think outside either a business building or a house. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, like it was crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's insane the way
Yeah,
the
it's showing
ground
you the
just
loops.
slides.
This video particularly showing you the loops of different speeds of the camera so you can see like the severity of what it does in slow-mo, if it's sped
Mhm.
up, and the different types of angles, and you can see the different structural damages that this has on things relatively close to it versus the effects of aftershocks miles and miles away.
Yeah. That's just so cool. That whole building just yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you did have a barn.
Right, right. It's this is insane.
I just
This particularly happened in March. This was at the end of March when this actual this event itself happened. I believe it was in March, towards the end of the month. And yeah, this is more or less our present excuse me, our present thing that we have going on. But it's something that also happened slightly in the past. It's here March 28th, the video date.
mm,
Yeah, this is potentially something that, again, this is on a larger scale.
right.
And this is as far as I know, based on recent research, I believe this was a single event that happened, not necessarily related to anything of an aftershock from something else or anything like that. But they are still, from what I gathered through research, is they are still actively working on cleanup efforts from this event.
What I think is crazy is like to the right of that concrete pillar thing, you can
This
kind
thing
of see
right
there's like
here,
a black, yeah, there's like a black Y-shaped thing. There's two of them.
these two
Once it
right here,
moves, you can see that there's two of them.
right?
Yeah, but it's like I just think of how weird that would be. Like if that's your environment and every day you go out this walkway and
Mm-hmm.
that's where those things are, and now all of a sudden they're like moved,
Yeah.
like 3, 4 feet to the right and everything's shifted. Like that's just got to be so weird to experience that change in environment of everything just moving a little bit to the right. Like that's so
The biggest
wild.
question I have, excuse me, the biggest question I have is like, now with that being said, I'm gonna pause it right here. So now with that being said, these plates shifted. Now there's a giant crack.
Yeah.
What exactly do they let nature just erode that crack in? Are people
I don't
actively
know.
going up this crack to patch concrete slabs from where roadways crossed or something? A railroad track has to be fixed probably now somewhere
Right.
along this. Like, that's the effort that I'm thinking. Like, they're talking about cleanup efforts. I'm assuming from also people doing property damages and shit like that. But
Yeah.
do they have an effort to? Are people cement like you know what I mean? Like throwing some putty in
Mhm.
there and fucking splatting it out with some. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. And then it's
I
like, well, since that happened, you have to be concerned about aftershocks. So if you patched it, it might just crack again, you know?
you know what I'm saying?
So
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
I don't
that's just
know.
it's wild to see.
They just put some tape up and they're like, don't go over there.
Don't go over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, this is just ridiculous. Again, this is at a
Yeah.
2 times speed. They're going to show another one at a 4 times speed so you can see the actual movement that this act right here. This is a 4 times speed and just the shift. You can see just how dramatic the shift is when it's sped up.
Hmm.
It's a sight to see though. It is definitely a sight to see, and
Yeah.
it's even crazier. Like you see the stuff right in front of you, but then when you look at the severity of
Right.
how big this shift was and see what in the background actually will have an effect in moving it,
Yeah.
this was a huge rupture. You know what
Well,
I'm
right. And
saying?
you see those
Wow, it's
like
just
power
rolling in the
lines
back.
and yeah, the power lines breaking in the back. It's like people are probably without power now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna have to fix all that infrastructure. Like that's just is a small sampling of probably what the effects were. And when you think about how widespread this event was,
Right,
it's
right.
just mind-blowing.
And again, only this is only a single camera video of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just with the technology nowadays, we're going to be able to start seeing probably more of these things happening in real time, whether it be a
Yeah.
live stream of somebody or you know what I mean, something like that.
Right.
But yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's really
crazy.
crazy how this went down when I seen the video for this one. But that
Nice
was
footage, Quinn. Was it Quinn sent this in for us?
No, not this, not this.
Oh, this wasn't Quinn's. Oh, I
She
thought this was
sent in
Quinn.
something we'll be discussing in just a
Oh,
little bit.
my
But yeah,
bad.
hey, listen, Josh, she's getting it,
So
man.
cool.
I didn't, and it's weird too because we had again the month of May, everything's been set up months in advance, and this mid-May madness just started happening this week, and I'm starting to gather content for some news articles. And listen, this is some madness going around.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
just
and the
some
thing
madness
that's
going
that's
around.
crazy is that underwater volcano that we were talking about, it's right on a fault line. So it's
Right.
like, are we going to possibly see more footage like this? Like, I hope not. I hope that that doesn't happen, but it's possible.
Right.
Ooh, stay
Right.
tuned.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We have some more weather stuff coming up a little bit later. I wanted to touch base with you guys in the chat again. Big shout out to everybody showing up. We got the Corner Konvo podcast going on, man. Big shout out to everybody sliding through. A couple of different things for the news that we talked about this morning. Starting out with, the underwater volcano. We do have the submission form open for anybody that does want to submit anything to get talked about, whether it be either drive-by review on something that is published, on something that is unpublished, or if you want a vibe check for something that is published that you might potentially want to sit and submit to the Downtown Sound on tonight's episode.
Yeah.
We got the song of the night, 2 spots coming up for grabs this weekend. If you guys want to partake in the tournament, again, this is Mid-May Madness right now, but that is because we have the Song of the Month tournament popping off. And yeah, the Song of the Month tournament, month of May, we have some spots that we still have to fill in. We had a couple people slide through last week, and yeah, they overtook some of these spots. But I'm just saying, if you want to get your track name on this list, you got to submit on the Downtown Sound. A big shout out though to everybody that has been sliding through. Again, we do not have Cordell currently with us today. He is doing some business. He's got some business he got to partake in. But filling in, we got Quinn. We got Quinn in the building, so big shout out.
Quinn, filling in.
Big shout out to everybody that is sliding through, man. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us on the Corner Konvo. And just for those that are sliding through, potentially new to the platform or not knowing what's up, Quinn being my wife, she is not actively a music entrepreneur in that sense, but she is a fan. She is a fan of music all around. So her scoring, if you do send in a drive-by review, will go a little bit different. She's not going to necessarily break things down from maybe a mixed point of view or anything like that, but she can give you a score based on how she's hearing it from a fan's ear. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
What she potentially feels like this track is worth on that note. Sub Mom and I, on our critiques, we'll do a little bit more of a breakdown for you in your mixing process, see if we can give you any kind of tips or pointers as to how to get that track a little bit better than what it is at. But yeah, big shout out to you guys sliding through, man. Make sure you guys are smashing the thumbs up and hitting the share button and letting everybody know where you at. We are starting to bring back some of the news articles that we're going to be doing week to week, and just keeping you guys in the loop. You know what I'm saying? We kind of fell off from that with the competition going on, but we're still going to be doing the competition. We're just going to kind of keep you guys more in the loop of what's going on. And again, Mid-May Madness was a kind of a perfect week to set this up because there is definitely some things popping around the world. You know what I'm saying? Crazy shit. If you guys potentially have anything in your area, because I know we have people from around the world that pop in the chat throughout this episode often, and if you have anything going on in your region, give us a shout. Let us know. We'll definitely do some side research over here and get some articles together as far as what you're talking about. But other than that, did you have anything else, Mom, when it came to maybe local news or anything for you? Potentially?
Not particularly. I mean, other than what we're going to talk about with the weather,
Okay.
not much going on around here. But
No.
yeah. No.
Now, have you
not
guys
really.
being so close to Cleveland? Are you guys hearing anything motion wise as far as this off season for the football?
I really haven't been paying much attention to it because I've kind of given
No.
up on the Browns, low key.
Oh no. No.
I mean, I do know that there was like drafts and they got some cool people. And I don't know.
Right.
I don't really know.
Hey man. Black and yellow.
I do know they were talking about moving. They renamed our football stadium, and they were talking about possibly moving it. I don't know where we stand on that, but
Right.
that's all just kind of annoying. So
I hear that.
yeah.
Those that are tapping in, man, if you guys missed the episode yesterday, we did have special guest Siren in the building. So if you guys would like to check that out, we did have some technical difficulties with the internet dropping in my area. And at first I thought it was, weather related, which is something we're going to be discussing here shortly, but it in fact wasn't. There was just a random region-wide update for everybody's, routers, which they put out a fucking notice as it happened. So I didn't even know about it until the time it was going on. Right. And it kind of just shut down. So there is a 2-part special, if you will, for Siren. So make sure you guys tap in on both of those. And I'm going to see if I can get that edited down low key. I'm going to at least try my best to get that edited down into one. But yeah, apologies for those that were tapped in live with us yesterday and that happened. If you guys did not tap in for part 2 because of some things that might have gotten in the way, apologies for that. But make sure you guys are tapping in and checking it out. Siren was a special guest, super dope artist, and all around, all around the music art, doing things big, production and everything else, going to school and all that. So big shout out to Siren, you know what I mean? I did want to see. There was something. Fuck, what was it? Because it was something that I wanted your input on. And I believe it was local. I'm trying to remember what it was. I had it saved over here, I think. Where did it go? Where did it go? I have so many articles right now. Fuck. This is not the one I wanted to talk about. Was it this one? Let me bring this one up. Because I think it was this one. Alright. Yes, I think it was this one. So, the article headline, okay. It was confusing for me, right? So I wanted to see what your opinion was. The article headline itself says scientists think there's a hidden source of clean energy that could power Earth for up to 170,000 years, and they think that they have a recipe for it.
Oh, they better watch out, whoever is discovering this, because they might wind up like all the other people who've discovered clean energy sources.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying.
I hope not.
It says recent, and it's literally the words that potentially possibly got the other situations that you were discussing mentioned. So it does say recent breakthrough suggests that hydrogen reservoirs are buried in countless regions. And they could potentially help accelerate a global energy transition.
Hydrogen.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how, but
listen, I'm trying to figure it out. The article I was looking over, I tried to, and I was trying to see. It's weird because you know how the article headlines will tell you something, and then normally you try to find what they're talking about within the article.
Yeah.
I couldn't find said recipe.
Oh, well, they were probably not going to tell you the recipe.
That's what I'm
their
saying.
Secret sauce.
Right. It does say though, in a kind of a layman's term, broken down, that specific conditions for hydrogen gas accumulation and production are what a number of exploration companies, aka, just keep in mind, listen, Coloma, all right, which is a funded consortium led by, take a guess.
Exxon?
Nope.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, is it Elon?
Technology, but not Elon.
Oh God, not Bill Gates.
I swear to God.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
I hate that man.
Mm-hmm.
God, no.
There's also a couple here. There's one, High Terra. I believe it's pronounced High Terra. That one is funded by Fortescue, and Snow Fox funded by the British Petroleum Company.
Of course.
But yeah, these these are talking about natural hydrogen reservoirs require 3 key elements to form. And then they're talking about a dozen natural processes to create hydrogen, and then being the simplest chemical reaction that splits water into hydrogen and oxygen.
So like steam? That sounds like steam.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know.
Steam. Maybe.
It's very cryptic, though. That's what I'm saying. The article itself, besides giving out where the credit is coming from, other than that, it was very cryptic. That's why I wanted to see what could, your take on this and potentially what it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't because immediately my brain thinks nuclear energy because I think
similar.
I mean, hydrogen definitely has something to do with the splitting of nuclear stuff. Wow, I sound so educated. But I do know that hydrogen has.
Right, go ahead.
No, just hydrogen has something to do with that process. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. So the fact that they're finding natural occurring hydrogen is interesting, but I just don't know how they would harness that. That's interesting. Obviously.
Listen, call me simple, right? Call me simple, but I'm wondering if isn't a hydrogen reservoir just not a natural well?
I mean,
in the simplest, isn't that what it is?
I don't know.
Especially when you say they're buried in countless regions. That sounds like
yeah,
because
H2O, that's 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom, and that's water.
Mm-hmm.
So all you gotta do is mix a little bit of air, oxygen in there, and you'll have water. So, but if it's just hydrogen, I don't know, man. I don't know enough about that.
I don't know.
I didn't do that great in chemistry, I'm not gonna lie. That was not my best course. I was more into biology. I liked cutting things apart.
Right. I get it.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely interesting. It's weird to me that they're not they're telling us about it, but they're not really telling us about it. They're just well, this could be energy. Okay, but how? You want to
Now, it does say here,
further?
Hydrogen is used to make key industrial chemicals such as methanol and ammonia.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. The gas could also aid in the transition away from fossil fuels, as hydrogen can possibly power both cars and power plants.
Yeah, see? Power plants. I don't know, man. That's crazy. I feel like steam. That's just all I'm thinking of is steam for some reason.
So here it says hydrogen today is produced by hydrocarbons, meaning manufacture of the gas comes with a huge carbon emissions. Clean hydrogen comes from underground reservoirs and has a much smaller carbon footprint because it occurs naturally.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense. So it seems like they're producing hydrogen now, synthetically, but it uses fuel and stuff. But if they found it naturally, then they could use it naturally and they wouldn't have to make it. That kind of makes more sense.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. Still don't know how they would get it. I mean, how do you mine hydrogen?
Maybe they were getting everybody ready with Minecraft.
Minecraft? We just need the chicken jockey.
Right. I don't know. I like I said, I seen the headline and I was like, I wonder what these guys think. I wanted Cordell's take on this and what he thought about it, but unfortunately he couldn't make it this morning.
Alas.
Quinn, did you have any? She's muted. I don't know if she wants to say anything about this particular issue.
Oh, James knows what I'm talking about. He's like, I feel like there have been countless people who have tried to do this with cars that run on water or an alternative source. Then they all disappear.
Yay.
And that's dude, there's this YouTube show that we like to watch. It's called the Y Files,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a whole episode on different people who have disappeared or been killed in mysterious ways, coincidentally, as they're working on clean energy breakthroughs and things like that. And it's
Right.
just like at first you're kind of like, oh, okay, it's coincidence. Like, but then as he goes on and continues to talk more and more, it's like the same thing happens over and over. Like, and it's always their lab gets broken into and all of their research stolen
Right.
right before they die, over and over and over and over. And it's like, what? Obviously, somebody doesn't want this to happen.
I
So
mean,
I don't
hey,
know.
low key, if you think about it, though, it goes against the EV push that's being played.
Well, the thing with EV is that it's not really like they present it as, environmentally friendly and healthy and all this, but the amount of waste and toxic gas and danger that is involved in producing the batteries, the lithium batteries that power, electric vehicles is probably worse in the long run than
Right.
just fueling with natural, gas. So
Right. Now,
it's
see,
kind of
King James,
a
on
joke.
that comment there, it's a little different. For me, thought process wise, it's a little different. I can understand if they disappeared because they probably just pushed a button and was like, "I'm out of here. Fuck it. They caught me."
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? When they got that bang on the door, they know what type of bang that is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
They know that ain't no neighborly, can I borrow some sugar type of bang.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So they probably just hit a button and they just poof 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 and they out of this bitch. You know what I mean? Hey, listen,
Right.
I'm gonna go 20 years in the future. Fuck it, I'm out of this. You know what I'm saying? I can get that part. That part kind of makes a little sense. When it comes to the one with like the dude in his backyard, just in his garage on some like Rick and Morty shit, building like something that is powered by, you know what I mean, H2O, and then all of a sudden the whole family go missing.
Right.
Like, hold up,
Yeah.
that's a little bit odd. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There
Just
was
a
a
little
story
bit.
about a guy who was working on time travel and like he ended up eventually completely disappearing. But it like some people believe he had it figured out and he kept like going into this thing that he made. It was like a portal and then
Mm-hmm.
he'd show up like 25 miles away from where he went into it. Like it was just wild. I can't remember the specifics of it. But
Mm-hmm.
then he totally just completely disappeared. There's a whole video on him on Wi-Files as well. Really, really, really weird.
Right.
And everyone's like, well, did he finally get it to work and he just stayed? Or
I mean,
did
look,
something happen to
right.
him?
At that
Yeah,
point, right. That's
who knows?
facts. That is
May
facts.
never know.
Mm-hmm. Everybody sliding through. Big shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate you guys sliding through. We are on the Corner Konvo podcast. We do have the submission form is open, so anybody that does want to submit their tracks, man, get them in. We do have published tracks coming through. Looking for a vibe check for the Downtown Sound tonight, and then we have the unpublished, the whips, if you will. Gonna be getting drive-by reviews from us up here. Again, Quinn in the building in place of Cordell this morning because of some business he had to take care of. So big shout out to Quinn stepping up here on panel with us. We also have Sub Mom in the building. And then I'm OC Kush, you know what I'm saying? We out here vibing. A little hard to vibe, as you can see behind me, you know what I'm saying? We are on the outskirts of said madness that's going to be potentially going down tonight, where we'll just jump right into it. You know what I mean? We're just going to jump right into it tonight. We're also going to jump semi-decently into it with these tracks coming through and checking out some of the mid-May madness that's going on. Again, we have hella shit going on across the world. If you are just tuning in, the beginning of the show, we went over a couple of different news articles of some things that we possibly need to look at in the future.
Mhm.
Like really close in the future potentially, and also some things that was happening a little bit a couple months ago, a little bit ago. We have this coming up, this is more of something that's happening right now. So this kind of partakes to everybody in certain regions of the United States, particularly. This right here is it's gonna be the Doppler radar.
Oh!
Just gotta refresh this. It did stop on me, so let me refresh this and bring it out so we can see it.
Your mic's muted.
Yeah, this right here is a little bit. Oh, it's definitely changed. Oh, it's definitely changed. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, let's see it. So this right here, for everybody that's wondering, is the Doppler radar for pretty much the central United States, up in the northern border, and you can see low key the outskirts of what's kind of coming from this system.
Oh yeah.
The system in itself, you can see spiraling. It's up here in the north part of the U.S. This part here spiraling. You know what? Let me change this over so you can see my mouse. I don't know why I didn't put it on with my mouse. What the fuck? All right. I might have to refresh it. That way y'all can see what I'm talking about.
The spinny thing.
The spinny thing, yeah. So this system right here, and the amount of spin coming off of this is insane. But you can see the severity of what is actually coming off the ends of these. Now, you were talking about last night how you had some difficulty sleeping.
Yeah.
And we definitely heard what you were talking about. You could see we're starting to get it right here, like especially right here over Ohio and in parts of the western New York where I'm located, specifically myself. This storm right here coming from Nashville, breaking off into a couple of different widespread storms, and you can see the severity of the color change from green to almost like an orange and then a red immediately, and then right tailing that. So just across the country right now,
Yeah.
definitely things to look into. Definitely looking into. And then if you back out, just overall, just the scope overall, there's so much weird activity going through some of these jet streams.
Yeah.
It's just insane to see.
Right, everything's
really
like
is.
spinning around, and yeah. So we've got, at least for the area Midwest, there's a severe storm risk from this one's 12:30 p.m. today until Saturday at 8 a.m. And it says the middle Mississippi and lower Ohio valleys, and it says these will include supercells with strong, potentially long track tornadoes and very large hail. Threats of damaging winds in excess of 75 miles an hour into this evening as storms grow into larger clusters. Yeah, so I mean, I'm assuming it says mid-Mississippi Valley to mid-Atlantic through tonight. An occluded 984 MB cyclone will move slowly eastward toward the upper Great Lakes and fill through tonight. So that circulating storm is the cyclone, I believe, that they are talking about. And
so it has been registered then, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just been offshooting like little, not little, but it's been offshooting storms that are now
they start
moving
out
eastward.
as little. Yeah, they start out as little, but being that it's coming from a low pressure system to a high pressure system, they just start to gradually gain traction and start to, you know what I'm saying, intensify.
They swell. And the big issue with these ones is the very large hail that's coming with these, and then just the extraordinary wind gusts of 60 to 75 miles an hour, and then the propensity for those things to turn into tornadoes, just because conditions are favorable for that, especially with the weather right now. And I honestly think that some of the cold, because like I know our lake is still cold. I'm sure that Michigan and Superior are still very cold. So you get that warm air coming across that. I mean, it's just a recipe for some pretty crazy thunderstorms. So I woke up last night at 4 a.m. I heard hail hitting our window air conditioner unit. That woke me up. I think that woke me up. It could have been a big clap of thunder. I don't really know.
Right.
And I got up and like the whole
Something woke
house,
you
it
up.
looked, yeah, exactly. And it was loud and the whole house, it looked like a rave was going on because the lightning, and that's just like if you've ever been in a supercell tornado or oh my God, not tornado, supercell thunderstorm, it's just the lightning because it's constant. It's not like lightning, thunder. It's just like lightning, 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 and it's coming from all over, and it's just the
Right.
craziest thing. And so
I
yeah,
hear
that was like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was really windy. But yeah, it's supposed to go all the way until these risks won't dissipate until Saturday morning.
Right.
And they started yesterday afternoon, I think. So
Mhm.
it's that whole area too. It's just wild. So
Oh, hold
I
up.
don't know. If you live in the area, be careful.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
be careful. We have this article here. This one coming from the actual Weather Channel reporter, and it's talking about severe thunderstorms today throughout the day in this near future that we're gonna have. So this one coming in from the Weather Channel.
All right, here's a look at
Right.
the threat for today with some severe storms. You can see it is all going to really be super active, anywhere from the Show Me State all the way into the Bluegrass State. That would be Missouri on into Kentucky. But there's a threat for severe weather from Texas all the way into the Northeast. Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, you're in on this. Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Hail could be.
She sounds like
4
Oprah. Y'all are
inches
all in on this.
big.
Everybody in on this.
We're talking damaging hail, Jim, and then, of course, supercells, which are rotating thunderstorms that will not only crank out the hail and tornadoes, but also damaging winds.
Yes. And as a matter of fact, when
I needed to say something real quick. Why did she say that surprisingly like she wasn't a weather reporter? Did you notice? Did anybody else catch that? I just look like. Oh.
Why did she say
He's
that
cool though. I fuck with him.
If you
He's
look
funny.
at an
He's
outlook
funny.
for the day from SPC,
Yeah.
there is typically one or two of the items that leads the outlook threat. Okay, so we are at a level 4 of 5 today, and what leads it is the damaging wind threat. All right, so be ready for that. But tornadoes are likely. Some strong wording out of SPC, long track tornadoes, high-end tornadoes. You start looking for those kind of things. And the forecasters that wrote that, frankly, are very good forecasters at SPC. I mean, they're all good, but these guys are really good.
He said they're all good, but these guys are really good. Hey man, you ain't gotta sell me any. I see it with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. I see that shit with my own eyes. Let me actually bring this up because you were speaking on it. You heard it right here that she was talking about it. So you had some last night, but potentially some more coming at you when it comes to the hail and all that. Yeah.
And what's crazy is I look out the window right at this moment, perfectly clear blue skies, not a cloud in the sky.
Same.
Yeah. So it's just like absurd to know that like that's all
It's
brewing out. Yeah.
It's common.
And it's the thing that I find really creepy about these types of systems is like, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the drop in temperature that we experience at night, especially like this time of the year where it still gets significantly colder at night than during the day. Because like during the day here, it's today and yesterday, it's been about 80. And then when we dip into the overnight, we can get as, cool as like 60, 61 down to 50s.
Right.
So it's like a significant temperature difference. So I don't know if that's what causes it, but it's like all these storms seem to come through the area late at night, like in the middle of the night, which is a little creepy because it's just like you're sleeping and you're not really paying attention. Like you don't, like at the bottom, this last thing it says, this dangerous threat will continue Friday night. So make sure your cell phones are charged and you have multiple ways to receive warnings while you are sleeping.
Right.
Bro,
so they're expecting
that's
it
terrifying.
all to go down at night.
At
They're expecting it to go down at night.
That shit's crazy.
It's scary. Well, it's like last night I woke up, like I got my ass up because I was like, I don't know what's going on right now. I just hear hail and I see lightning like strobing. And so I got up and like kind of walked around the house, made sure everything was secure, looked out the window, made sure nothing was like blowing around in our yard. But
Fuck sleeping.
I mean, look, I'm just
yeah,
saying, man. We've been having some severe weather all over the U.S. I can't speak for all countries around the world, but I know I've heard some things about some places. If you guys know anything, give us a heads up and let us know. We'll definitely
yeah.
look up some articles about it. But this right here was local to us. I know you said some stuff. I don't know if you were able to maybe find some footage of some local things that happened last night. This one, though, coming to us from I believe they said it was Tonawanda, which is
Yeah.
which is about 35-40 minutes north of Buffalo, in northeast, if you will. But this coming in from a viewer, was this on Facebook or TikTok? Quinn.
This was on Facebook.
Facebook. Okay, so this coming
Yeah.
from a Facebook post, again local to us. But this is some of the stuff that we had happening. This again being 5 hours ago, so this morning sometime is when it was uploaded. So this was over the course of the night. This is some of the things they were saying.
Anybody else want to be down here, cuddling close, away from the? Oh my God.
Yeah, that's that strobing lightning you were talking about.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is crazy. That is crazy. Again, we didn't feel it particularly here. In our area, we didn't particularly hear it or feel it. As far as to wake us up, right? To wake us up, we did see it outside when we woke up and took the kids to the bus. We definitely seen it. Oh no, it definitely poured like last night. Ground super soggy, shit like that. So we knew it rained, but seeing this, I'm like, damn, this happened pretty close to us. You know what I mean? And it's supposed to do things of this nature throughout the day, upwards of it into later tonight. And right, King James, it is some crazy shit, man. It is some definitely crazy shit to see.
Yes.
And even potentially here, hail to tornadoes, when they're not necessarily accustomed to your area. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It definitely is crazy. Again, big shout out to everybody in Blunt Owens Mafia. Appreciate you guys sliding through. And yes, we did have the radar up on the screen so you guys can see it. Let me bring that back up so you guys can see this again. But this particularly going on right now throughout the country. This is what they called a cyclone. They're calling it a cyclone already. It's already been listed. But yeah, this is going to be sweeping across the northern part of the country and creating a lot of little havoc everywhere, if you will.
A lot of little havoc.
A lot of little havoc. That's what
hopefully just little havoc.
Right. But again, you guys can see these bands coming off of this from up here, northern parts of Canada, down to the super far east coast here in PA, and then including this Nashville here, and then from here you watch them just spread out, and they just create a whole nother band of storms where it's just recycling. Now this right here, going over the West Virginia spots, this is probably where the system will start reaching like the mountain ranges, and it looks like that's what kind of disperses it into like the circumvents it into this type of shape here, and it kind of just potentially rides the Appalachians up this way. But yeah, it just creates severity on a whole nother scale after they break up. It's just crazy.
It's insane.
It's just some things to look forward to today, for sure.
Just such a big storm system, and like the longevity of it to me is just crazy because it's like been there since Thursday,
right.
And
from what we're looking at here, this cycle that it keeps rotating, this is only a 2-hour cycle. This right here is only a 2-hour cycle. And then it breaks off into here where it jumps into the 6 hours. So when you see it start to speed up, this is more or less a sped up version of a 6-hour time gap over that time frame. But you can see even then it's pulling down the cold air so much that you can even see up here where it just look at all the snow that just pops up. Like all the snow just pops up on screen after so long. It's just starting to suck that north cold air down, and that's probably what's intensifying it even more. It's
Yeah.
just ridiculous because then you have
It's
all
like-
this over here on the West Coast happening, and you see it over here.
Right.
Especially
It's
coming off
interesting
the
because it's the same types of storms that we see like over winter that dump a crap ton of snow on
Right.
on the area. But it's
Right.
like since it's spring, it's just creating a lot of rain and a lot of severe weather.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Very
Let me
nuts.
let me get that off the screen because this is just mid-May madness like a motherfucker up in this bitch. I'm just saying. Yeah, no. But yeah, big
Donald
shout out
Trump
to you
is
guys.
this.
What'd you say? Hold on. What'd you say?
No, King James put Donald Trump did this.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. He said JK.
Mhm.
JK. All right, let me see here. We got a couple of tracks coming in this form. Let me see. This one, and this one. Beats. All right, hold on. And then this one. Yeah, big shout out though to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate you hanging out with us this morning. Again, 2 slots open for this weekend. So make sure you guys are ready to join up downtown and bring your best in your catalogs. That's what we're looking for. That is what we're looking for. This one here does not want to open. Okay, there we go. Finally it opened. We have coming up first, I believe this track here is published, so it'll be a vibe check track that we're going to check out. And it's coming from Slump C. All right. This one right here. So it's called Lonely. Lonely featuring, it says West Styles and That Boy Frizzy. Okay. That Boy Frizzy. All right, say less. Say less. Let me bring that one up on screen there. We got Lonely from Slump C again. This is a vibe check. Let me put that on screen so everybody is aware that it's a vibe check. And yeah, y'all are going to have to let Slump C know if this right here will pass the vibe. Potentially something you could bring downtown. I don't know. If you guys are not feeling this track, if it's not vibe check material, all right, I'm going to need you guys to throw this emoji in the chat for me. I need you to spam it. If you spam this emoji, this lets me know the track is not passing the vibe. If it's not passing the vibe, we just skip it. You heard? We just skip it. No questions asked. It didn't pass the vibe check. We're skipping it. All right. With that being said, it's Lonely. It's Slump C with his collaborators on this one. It's in the trap category. So yeah, let us know what the fuck y'all think. Let's get it.
Tiger made another one.
Yeah, that was Lonely right there. Slump C on that one, featuring West Style and that boy Frizzy. Again, it didn't. I didn't see it. It passed the vibe on my end. It passed the vibe on everybody in the chats. And hey, man, I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know right now that there you go. Way to start it off on the vibe checklist. You know what I'm saying? He came locked and ready to shoot. You feel me? That was Lonely though from Slump C. Big shout out to Slump. On yeah, again, if you guys want to submit your tracks, man, get your tracks in on the Korner Konvo submission form. It's posted in the chat at the top right there. We also will be doing drive-by reviews, which we do actually have one coming up. So let me go ahead and turn off the vibe check header, so y'all know coming up is a drive-by review. I need to know if King James is in the building. Cause
King James.
He gonna have to step on out here to the corner.
Here.
Get his ass out here. Yeah.
But
Hey yo, tell
in the room.
Listen, I don't care. Drag his ass out here. He gotta come out here, bro. You know? All right, fuck it.
I got it.
Word. All right. Yeah, cause I had the same question, man. What you doing to me? What you doing to
What
me?
have you done to me?
Right. Listen, this one is a dancing EDM. It's a whip. It is a whip. You know what I'm saying? So everybody in the chat,
Whip it good.
yeah, lock and load. You know what I'm saying? Cause King James, you are targeted, my guy. Y'all get ready. Drive-by reviews coming up. This is what you're doing to me from King James. Let's go. Okay. Yeah.
Well then, say that, OC.
I mean,
Are you singing?
maybe, potentially. What you doing to me? That was King James, man. Listen. All right. Again, no Cordell today, so you know what I'm saying. We're gonna start off with Quinn. Quinn being just a fan, so her score is gonna be kind of given from a fan's ear, with not much as far as critiquing goes, but just an overall critic from a fan's point of view. Quinn, go ahead and start us off with this one here. Again, it's quality, replayability, and relatability. Again, with a beat is a little different. Okay, for beats we have creativeness, versatility, and a vibe. So if you can give us those three categories, then go ahead with it.
Oh man, you put me on the spot like that. Um,
Hey, listen.
no, I
You
get
got
it. I
this.
get it. I get it. Well, first of all, I'm gonna give it fives across the board because that was legit. That was awesome. The fact that Suburban Mom literally said it sounds like an Avicii beat.
It did,
It
yeah.
legit did from the very beginning. As soon as I heard the beat drop from when it started, I started bobbing my head. I was like, bro, this is
Mhm.
something that could either work just by itself or adding some lyrics to it. Not too much, but just something, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I could I could definitely tell where the inspiration came from, which is really cool. Like I like it. Like I said, this is five for me. Definitely a replay. If it's done, let me know. I want to save it to a playlist so I can keep playing this shit. This is nice.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
bop.
Okay. Okay. Submom, what you got from on a little bit more of a critique level? What do you think for this? As far as now, just to clarify, King James, just for, as far as for me and Submom's review, is this going to be just a beat, or is there something to look forward to when it comes to somebody actually doing something on this vocally? Because that would
Yeah.
probably change a little bit things up when it comes to my overall review. But go ahead and start us off with what your initial thought is.
So I'm 4.55 on this. With creativity, I really loved this track. Like I said, it gave me kind of Avicii vibes, Deadmau5 vibes. I've been to Lollapalooza. I've been in Perry's tent. I could hear this song echoing off the buildings, just like any of those other
You
artists.
can
So
hear a little bit of like David Guetta on that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like it fits really well in that genre of dance and EDM.
Right.
The only thing that I would mention as far as creativity wise is one thing that I love, excuse me, about EDM is the playfulness that a lot of these DJs use in their production, which is obviously EDM is, in my personal opinion, some of the hardest music to create. But I would just maybe think about playing with some different panning or just something, that you've got that really cool synth on that do 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 do. It
Right.
maybe bounce that between the ears a little bit or something. I can't tell you specifically what, but maybe just some just different dynamics in there a little bit because
Right.
dynamically it was very one level, but it sounded great as is. So I mean, it's like I would say maybe 4.5 on the creativity. Awesome. As far as versatility, I think this is an extremely versatile track. I think you could have a female singing top line on this. You could have someone throw rap in some parts of this. You could have a dude sing on this. Like, I mean, there's a lot you could do with it. So I think it's extremely versatile. So I'm going to give it a 5 for that. And vibe check, I'm giving it a 5 because I literally was dancing and I scared my cat. So
I could just picture that. It just sounds hilarious.
Oh
hell
my
yeah.
goodness.
So
Oh my
great
goodness.
track.
Well, he is willing to collab with you if you're down for something, Mom.
Oh, nice. I
And
just saw that.
yeah, he did say he's just written some stuff in it, but but yeah.
Yeah,
That
cool.
that would
Well, let me
be
know.
that would be cool though. I could hear a girl's voice on this track for sure.
Mhm.
And see, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking on mine. I wasn't sure. That's why I asked. I wasn't sure if there was potential for somebody to vocally put something on this. or not. If it was gonna be just a beat eventually as a full track and just to be a beat, then I was gonna say maybe a vocal sample of some sort.
That's
To
yeah.
maybe even help potentially if you wanted something in the future to be thrown on it, it might be a vocal sample content wise to help an artist potentially have something to go off of, or even just something to play around with the listener as they're dancing around. They can use that to something, maybe switch up the vibe or whatever. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Mhm.
Well,
But
as a
go ahead.
fan listening in, if this to me would sound better with just like like just a hook or a sample to it.
Yeah. Mhm.
It'll be more beat than it is actual vocals from what it sounds like. So it would be kind of nice to have just the vocals and a specific, just here and there. But other than that, yeah, like yeah.
I think bouncing off of something Siren said last night, this is one of those songs that could use just a very catchy, very simple, repeating brain
Yeah,
itch
yeah,
vocal line,
yeah.
that just hits at a hook, or you can even do that with a sample, or like I said, just like a hook, or
Mm-hmm.
like she said, you don't want there's so much going on already that I don't think you could fill this, whole 3 minutes and 2 seconds with vocal. That'd be too much. But
Right.
yeah, you could definitely have a little sting in there, like a little repetitive brain itch because then you'd get not only that do 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 like synth stuck in your head, but then you'd also have this repeating
Especially if
sort
you
of
can get, that's
catchy.
what I was gonna say. That vocal sample could match the and run parallel with that synth, that's your brain itch right there.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, I will say this,
Definitely.
within the creative part, the sound was super unique. The only thing that I had an issue with is I could basically like break down and distinguish where the individual layers are coming in. I would like to see a little bit more of a blend on these instruments, as far as the transitions and how they're going to come in, and sort of really play similar to what you were talking about as far as experimenting and things, like play around with these
Mhm.
transitions and really utilize some of these for like to make them sound a little bit more of a natural drop, rather than just it kind of almost sounds similar to just you just throwing the instrument in there. I want to really feel like that buildup of that piano coming in, maybe a tune or two plucks here and there, you know what I'm saying, this and that throughout, right before, like it's almost like an instrumental bridge, um, that you could have to bring in some transitions just to play with and then actually get some drops. I do see some stuff that you have implemented that definitely you could definitely utilize. What I was referring to with Sub Mom is the experimental part of it. You know what I'm saying? That's the best part
Right.
about the building the genre is when you're getting close to the end. Is it the end though? Like I could do this,
Mhm.
I could do that. Just really finding like something that really can sauce it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do think though, like he did a really good job of like the blend of the instruments that he chose and like the loops that
Right,
he
right.
put in this, because that's what's hard with EDM too, is like sometimes it can kind of feel like a Frankenstein because
Mm-hmm.
you're putting different loops in that already, and a lot of the loops that you work with EDM have so much character and so much depth to them that it's hard to blend them together in a way that
They fit.
works,
Yeah, they
where they're
fit.
not fighting. Yeah, but he did a really good job with that. So
Mm-hmm.
nice work, sir. Nice work.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Let me see what we got coming up. Oh, as far as scores, my fault. As far as scores for this one, creative, I was gonna give it like a 3.5, 4. Again, just for me personally, just what I was hearing. And then versatility, plenty of different, you know what I'm saying, instruments bringing in that versatility section. So that's gonna be at like a 4, 4.5. And then the overall vibe, yeah, I was fucking with the vibe as well. The vibe on this is a 5. I well, I think 4.5 because I feel like the vibe could be a little bit better based off of little things that we were discussing. I think the vibe could come across a little bit better. So I'm gonna go with 4.5. I'll change that to 4.5. Excuse me.
Mhm.
Overall though, King James, super dope, super dope,
Oh yeah.
super dope from them coming in. Let me see what we got over here. I believe this one. Yeah, this one coming in is from I think Alec. All right,
All
let
right.
me bring this one up for Alec.
Yeah, I think he said it was just for fun, I think, this track.
Was it?
I think so. Yeah, I think he said it was just.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And well, this is on YouTube, so it's a vibe check anyway. You're good, King James. No worries, bro. I think it's a vibe check anyway. So let's let me bring it over here though, because it's on YouTube. So I think it'll work over here better. Yeah, that'll work better. All right. So again, this one from Alec, a vibe check in the chat. So again, if you guys are not fucking with this track, let him know in the chat by spamming the emoji, the alert emoji, and letting us know, alerting us that this just is not it. All right. Again, from Alec, and I don't see a name on this particular track, Alec. I'm trying to see it. It doesn't have a name, so I don't know what to call it. But let us know in the chat, man. Let's get it.
Alcoholic already, man. Alcoholic beats to defeat this. Watch. I got it in my fist that this you might miss. Yeah. Listen to my words as I spit it. Now I'm coming through breaking rhythms just to get them. Now I might hit it just to get it a little smidget. Now I'm coming through when I'm looking at the digits. Oh, I'm a veteran, not this hustle that never brings. And you know what? Thinking about the dividends and friends I always thought. Until the end, homie, they all forgot. Man, I died by the knife, man, I died by the gun. Homie got fucking scars from both of them. Man, I hit them in the throat, knee to the dome. Cause I got fucking scars on my head, knees and toes. I'ma go, shit, going where they won't go. Doing what they tell you is a motherfucking no. Buddy going high solo if you don't know. Cause you know what, I'ma roll how I fucking roll. I'ma go how I go. Shit, it's AA, homie, I'ma get it all gold, silver and bronze. I don't really care cause it's first, second, third, I'm all fucking there. That's AA, first and fucking last, cause it's like a Aguilar first and I'm past. Yeah, and you know how it be, cause alcoholic already acknowledged G. ASA, my initials, the thistles. Now I'm coming through with this, I'm dropping missiles. Probably sounding like pistols and popping like missiles. Now I'm coming through with this, I got the heel toe. Well, steel toes, do it real though. Now we know what with this is real hoes. Oh, don't get caught. And you know with the hole, if you get stopped, don't get it pity. Now I'm coming with it. Now you know what with my eyes shine like Riddick. I got my pit bull when I'm moving in the pits. Now I'm coming through with this shit. I get these skits. I got skills. Do it for reals. I got deals. And you know what? Ain't fuck bills. Yeah, I'ma do it for reals. Cause the real recognize real and how it feels. It go how it fucking goes. It O's. Now I'm gonna suppose that it goes higher than the ozone. Doing like oh no. Now you know what, homie, there buddy goes out below and here we're blowing, never knowing, cause everybody fucking knows how I'm going. Nobody knows and nobody cares, cause it's K-N-O-W, homie, I was there. With the shit that the W, now the W, cause you know how they double proof. Oh, what they double say? Nah, fuck you, homie, when the two facing to get in life. Yeah, when I might fucking take it, do it with this shit, homie. I just might save it or rate it, I don't know. And man, this shit, homie, will go so. If I go, homie, you go with solo. Now I'm coming through with the shit that you don't.
Yo, I'm wondering this whole time. I don't know about y'all. My fault, Alec, man. You was flowing. You was flowing. And yeah. However, I will say, man, look, I had to get up and check. I thought my smoke detector was busted.
I know. That
Like,
sounded very real.
For real. I was like, yo, is my shit going off right now, bro? Like, let me hold up. I went out there and checked it, fanned it down a little bit. Like, is this mine? The fuck?
I think that's why he said before in the chat, he was like, no, fire alarm is great.
I did. See, I missed that.
Yeah.
Hey. But nah, yeah, no, that was dope. That was dope, bro. Yeah, I mean, yeah, not bad. Quality obviously is going to need some work, especially, you know what I'm saying, doing it how you're doing. We see how you're doing it, but yeah, doing it for real though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Super dope, super dope. But that was Albert right there. And I mean, it passed the vibe from what I can see. You know what I mean? As far as what we can see. But yeah, Alec, not bad, bro. Not bad at all.
I would love to hear this like fully recorded, without the fire alarm thing.
Right. You know what I'm
True,
saying?
true.
Something like that for sure. I think we have is let me just double check. Slump C, you still in here?
Yep,
Let me
he just
know.
shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, word.
He's right there.
So we have a track. It's called Reassure. Reassure. Got it. We're gonna be throwing this one on screen. It's called Reassure. This one is gonna be a whip, I believe. Yes, it's a whip. It's a work in progress from Slump C. So drive-by review time, Slump. I need you on the corner, my dude. You heard? Everybody in the chat. Lock and load, you know what I'm saying? Slump C coming by. This one here, Reassure, it says right here, bad mic re-record. Noted. Now, the only question I had was, is this the re-recording? Because I don't want to tell you that you have to re-record again. If you already re-recorded and it sounds dope, then we'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? It says bad mic, though, so maybe it's potentially re-record anyway. It's Reassure, though. Get yourselves locked and loaded. And, hey, Slump, I see you. Everybody see him? Let's get it.
Tiger made another one.
I think about the times that we had together. I think about the times that we had together. Every moment with you made me feel better. I know you think I hate you, I swear I could never. To reassure you, girl, I wrote you this letter. I think about the times that we had together. Every moment with you made me feel better. I know you think I hate you, I swear I could never. To reassure you, girl, I wrote you this letter. I love and miss every argument we had, and I just love and miss how we could go back and laugh about how stupid it all was. Now I'm stuck in the past. I wish we would've worked out, cause I just wanted us to last. It's crazy how you were so perfect for me, but you were made for someone else. It's just hard to perceive. To see you dancing with anybody else but me, and I'm just trying to figure out what my real purpose could be. I think about the times that we had together. Every moment with you made me feel better. I know you think I hate you, I swear I could never. To reassure you, girl, I wrote you this letter. I promise all along, you never did me wrong. With you, I feel great. I let you baby me, cater me to let you know I feel safe. You show me what that real love feel like, that I gotta taste. I ain't gon' lie, hurt my soul and it got taken away. I think about the times that we had together. Every moment with you made me feel better. I know you think I hate you, I swear I could never. To reassure you, girl, I wrote you this letter. And it hurts so bad, but I know you're doing better, so that's all I could ask. When I was with you, yeah, my heart would be fast. When I would miss you, yeah, my mind started to crash. I ain't gon' lie, you were my only obsession. I ain't gon' lie, you helped me cope with depression. Crazy what life does, take this as a lesson. In the beginning, I feel like it does, you love is a weapon. I think about the times that we had together. Every moment with you made me feel better. I know you think I hate you, I swear I could never. To reassure you, girl, I wrote you this letter. I think about the times that we had together. Every moment with you made me feel better. I know you think I hate you, I swear I could never. To reassure you, girl, I wrote you this letter.
Yeah, that was Reassure right there. Slump C on that one. We're going to give it a drive-by review. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I hear that. I hear that. We're gonna start off with Sub Mom. What you got for him on this one here? What were you hearing? What were you hearing on this one?
So on quality, I have a 4. Like, I know he said he has to re-record it because he had a bad mic or whatever, but like, it didn't sound that bad to me. I did like some of the panning and stuff that he was doing with the vocals. So like, it sounded really good to me. I'm saying a 4 because obviously there's something there that he wants to make better. But like,
Right.
I mean, it sounded pretty good. Like, I don't have a whole lot to to suggest. But if you do come through with, a different mic, I'd be interested to hear how you want it to sound.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so and as far as relatability, like I love these lyrics and the story he was telling and the way he was talking about the letter. And, I think it was very relatable in that aspect. So I'll give it a 5 for relatability. And replayability, I know I gave it a 4 on quality, but I'm giving it a 5 on replayability because as it stands, I would definitely listen to it again. It was catchy and I liked it a lot. So nice job.
Right. Right. I hear that. I hear that. Quinn, let me know when you are back. I know you threw pineapple in the chat. Let me know when you are back. But for me, I'm going. Yeah, I'll go with a 3.5 on quality. I was hearing what potentially might be what they were hearing from said mic. And I don't know if they deemed it bad mic from the simple fact that they might have potentially went in with a mix and just could not get it
Maybe, yeah.
the righted way. But yeah, it's not that poignant, you know what I mean? For anything like that to be substantial on a score, but he obviously hears it too. If not that particular, for me it was just slight feedback. Every so often I was hearing it. And again, I don't know if that was what it was for them, but the relatability, yes, it's similar to what you were talking about. I'm right there with it. So I'm gonna go 3.5. I'm gonna go 4, and then replayability as it stands right now, I'm gonna go 4. As I would definitely fuck with this track as it is, but similar to Sub Mom, I would definitely like to hear said critiques on your end and kind of feel like I feel like listening to what you might have in store for this track as it stands. Quinn, are you back with us yet? Probably not.
She's
Probably
still muted like a mother.
Pulling a Cordell like a mub.
Ah.
Pulling a Cordell like a mub. Excuse me. Big shout out though, everybody in Blend Orange Mafia. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us today on this Friday. This mid-May madness we are unleashing over here, man. Just giving y'all some facts and shit that are coming across our spot. I had a question for you, Sub Mom, on another headline that I was reading, and this one's quite interesting.
All right.
It's similarly local to us, so I don't know if it's a story that you potentially have heard already. But it's based out of Pennsylvania. And basically what's going on is the article headline states, a Pennsylvania baby is the first to successfully receive personalized gene therapy.
What?
Now listen. Basically, a baby's born with a rare and dangerous genetic disease, all right? And is now growing and thriving after getting an experimental gene editing treatment.
Oh my God.
Concerning, correct?
Yeah.
Now, let me just break this down for everybody a little bit further. They described a case where they say basically he's among the first, so it is a male. He's among the first to be successfully treated with custom therapy that seeks to fix tiny but critical errors within the genetic code. It says, though it may be a while before similar personalized treatments are available for others, doctors say the technology can someday help millions. Now, here's the thing. It says personalized treatments. So my question is this the first baby that they just happened to find that it worked?
Hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
if so, what are the how long have they been doing this?
That's a good question. I mean, I would assume it's something that they probably started experimenting on lab rats and stuff with, and maybe something that they might have tried in terminal patients
Mm-hmm.
as experimental new therapies. Um, but yeah, wow, like I just I mean, it's a good thing that the baby is responding well and that is they are growing um and thriving, but I'm just like there's got to be some sort of side effect for like rewriting your genetic code. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, if it works to eliminate potentially deadly genetic disorder, then
So
that's
it
great.
says
But I
that the
just
infants that are in this study that they're talking about, particularly the thing that was wrong, I guess, rare disease wise from him. It says that it's a disease where they lack an enzyme that's needed to help remove ammonia from the body.
oh,
So then it will build up in their blood, and then their blood becomes toxic.
yeah.
Another fix would be a liver transplant. However, for infants, it's a little tough.
Yeah, where do you find a liver for an infant?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, like it's kind of a weird, it's one of those, it's like an ethical dilemma because it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, it saved this baby's life apparently, and that baby's doing well, so that's great. But I think if you look at it from the standpoint of this specific case and scenario and the way it was used, then I think it's great. But I think the concern comes in to begin to think, well, what else are they going to start trying to do, beyond maybe a really good application, which is this, but are people going to start being like, I want blonde hair and I want to recode my genes so that I don't have to dye my hair, like things like that. Like how weird, how far down the rabbit hole will this go? I think is the question.
So I got a little section here that says the Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania and Penn Medicine came together and basically they created a therapy designed um, with a machine called the CRISPR. The CRISPR is a gene editing.
CRISPR.
Yeah, and well, I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's an acronym. It's CRISPR.
Yeah, that has to do with DNA, and I've heard that
Yep. So it
before.
says the gene editing tool won the Inventor's Nobel Prize in 2020. Now, instead of cutting DNA strands like it's supposed to do, the doctors, it says, employed a technique that flips the mutated DNA letter, quote unquote, also known as a base, to the correct type, and this is known as base editing.
Wow. So it's essentially genetic surgery.
Right.
Wow. I mean, oof, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, like I said, for this particular case, it sounds like it was implemented well and is good. I mean, because if they can, if they can figure this out, there's a lot of things that they'd be able to correct with genetic recoding. I mean, a lot of people have a genetic predisposition for heart disease or diabetes. If they could recode that, then on paper that sounds like a great idea, but it also kind of seems a little bit like playing God.
See,
So
and
I don't know.
here's the craziest kicker for me because you said it sounds like gene surgery, right? Genetic surgery.
Right.
Now
Hmm.
here's how this actually goes down. This is the part that kind of bugged me when I seen it. It says that in order for this to happen, it's not invasive, right? Which kind of got me questioning, like if they're not doing anything invasive as far as within his body, like through like surgery, what the hell?
Hmm.
How's this doing this? So what?
Injections.
Injections, exactly.
Yeah.
He's got an IV infusion with the gene editing therapy delivered straight through tiny fatty droplets called lipid nanoparticles that are then taken up by the liver cells. So essentially they're changing genes of people through a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just
Which
like
is really
everything.
interesting. It's really interesting to me too that this device or whatever this mechanism
CRISPR,
for
yeah.
delivering this therapy was awarded a Nobel Prize in 2020.
Right.
Given the timing and everything that was going on, and we know about mRNA vaccines.
Listen, hey, did you hear me? I made it a statement on purpose. I made it a statement on purpose. It's convenient, like I said, it's convenient, man. It's very convenient for sure, especially
That
with the
was
way that it
my
comes up.
like when that whole thing happened, my theory was I think that they might have come up with like a cure for something like maybe cancer or genetic disorders or whatever, and they're going through a mass testing to be able to push it out faster. That was one of my ideas because that would be my concern with that type of therapy would be that the body itself, like, I mean, I don't know how long it would take a whole, because you got to figure your body is made up of millions of cells and
Right.
each cell has its own DNA. So I mean, I guess if it can recode every single cell, then you'd be fine. But it seems like that would be a really long process of therapy to go through. And if
Right.
there's any cells left that aren't recoded, that they would inherently reject the cells that have been recoded as foreign entities because they
Mm-hmm.
don't.
They don't
And
belong. Right.
right. And then that's when you start having issues with things like blood clots and, just, the cytokine storms that create massive inflammation in the body. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. If it works, that's great. I feel like, I almost feel like they're, maybe celebrating a little too soon. Are we going to hear about this kid when they're 10? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Look, I'm not sure. As far as I know, the from what I'm gathering here, they received their first treatment at I believe 9.5 months.
mhm.
I'm trying to double check exactly the age. Um, yeah, it says the 9.5 month old also takes less medication since the original dosage in February. Now this is coming up with follow up doses in March, at both March and April. So it looks like it's a monthly thing.
Mm.
Um,
So boosters?
Potentially. But
Okay.
he has been able to eat more, and has recovered well from small illnesses like colds, which I feel is weird because in 3 months of activity,
Yeah.
you're getting colds and shit already.
Right. Yeah. That almost sounds like, is it compromising his immune system?
Potentially. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? I don't know. I'm not sure. Um, it says it's right here. It says we're still very much in the early stages of understanding what it actually has done to him. But every day he's showing us signs that he's growing and thriving. I mean,
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah. See, like Alec just said, his homie got kicked out of chemo because he was getting healthier, but his kidneys and liver were probably being damaged. So that's
Right.
almost what I would be concerned with is like what are the long-term effects of altering your genetic coding? I mean, there has to be, I just don't feel like your body would respond to that in a good way because it's literally ripping and tearing apart the.
Well, if you think about it, genetic editing, would that not in fact edit your blood supply and what type you are?
I don't know if it,
Would
I
it have
don't,
potential to do that? If you're creating
I
new
mean,
genes and new genetic codes, it would send out a new blood supply, I would assume.
yeah. I mean, like your ribosomes in your body are typically like what trigger it to create new blood and
Mm-hmm.
carry protein throughout the cells. So, but yeah, I mean, I would think if it had some sort of like effect on the endoplasmic reticulum, that would not be a good thing. And that's
Mm-mm.
why, like, I feel like blood clots and things like that could be an issue because if you have, I don't know, maybe one cell or a group of cells in the body that didn't respond to the treatment
Right.
that have maintained their original genetic structure, the body would, I would think would start to see that then as a foreign object. And I would almost feel like as your body regenerates, I mean, it's gonna regenerate what it was originally coded to
You're right.
regenerate. Yeah. So it's like I mean, unless they're able to, I mean, that's way beyond my level of
Expertise,
understanding. Yeah.
I get
But
it.
I just
It's all speculation. Listen, the corner combo is all allegedly and speculation. We've already
Yeah.
clarified that previously on previous shows and everything like that. But we really like to dive into things and just kind of, you know what I'm saying, talk them out and see,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, the different avenues that possibly come up in thought
But
processes here. But again, with speculation, like you said, that I get it. I get what you're saying. I totally
they do say that, like, I think it's every 7 years, like your cells in your body have all completely turned over. You're essentially an entirely new organism every 7 years. So with that information, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess you could recode something. I mean, I would think that in the future that would be very helpful, but I just feel like it's gonna get into the wrong hands.
I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
I'm only thinking of it like this though. Essentially, like if he gets older, and for example needs anything to be transplanted for said you know what I'm saying said topic, would he
Mhm.
be able to receive anybody's thing, or would it be essentially something that he couldn't ever get because the
Right.
way that his thing was edited, it's something specific?
Right. Is part of
Are
him,
you
like,
now the one and
synthetic?
all right, are you now the one and only of this? You know what I mean? Whatever
Right.
this
Right.
DNA is, are you now this? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. See, and that's where, like, my question would be is, like, where are they getting the ability to rewrite the DNA? Like, are they using stem cells? Or I would think they'd have to be, but then where are the stem cells coming from? You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not seeing anything in here when it comes to that. Um yeah, I'm not seeing anything in here when it comes to those.
Because it's just, I don't think that's like, it's not like you can run your DNA through a computer and just like, because you can't create something from nothing. You know what I mean? Um, like you can't 3D print a new liver.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So I would
That would be
assume,
crazy if they can.
I mean, it would be crazy. I mean, who knows? They might. I mean, like I know that there was a experiment that was done a while ago where they were able to grow, I think it was grow like from a cell of a brain, like a human brain. And then they were like testing it and it was like feeling pain and stuff. Like it was really
Oh,
weird.
wow.
Yeah. So, I
Dang.
mean, they have made breakthroughs in that arena, but it's just a little scary because it's like it starts getting to the point where it's pushing the boundaries of, you know, what is ethical. And especially with DNA, I mean, even geneticists admit that we don't know or truly understand like what all of these genome sequences do or what they're for. So it's like you might change one,
Right.
but does that have an effect on something else that you don't quite yet understand? Like that just seems a little bit like playing with fire. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, because if you don't fully understand it, I mean, there's no way of actually being able to ascertain what the ramifications of changing one
Right.
strand in a code of DNA. It's like your computer. You could, go in and change a line of code, and it might run fine or even better for a couple of months, but then over time, that could really start to screw up other things that you weren't even aware of.
See,
So,
I do have from here, right? There's a specific part in this article that for me is similar to a double meaning, okay?
mhm,
It says here Carlos, I think it's Moraes.
mhm,
Carlos Moraes, a neurology professor at the University of Miami, who is not involved particularly with this study, but he said that research like this opens the door for more advances. And for me, I'm looking at it like, are you just now coming out and saying that this makes it a little bit more easier for people to be acceptant of things that potentially might not be morally just.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like making it that it's okay now, like something like otherwise people would be like, hold up, wait a minute. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That statement though is kind of an open ended one for me.
Yeah, see, like to me, it's kind of one of those things where it makes me wonder what are the ingredients? There's things we eat, and there's like ingredients in the food that's it's written in a way that we don't actually understand that it's cockroaches or whatever that they're using to color
Right.
or the
Well, that's
beetle
what I'm
or whatever
saying.
that was.
Being that it's a neurology professor, I'm just wondering, like, is that a way where, like, now are we looking to be able to start getting away with building RoboCops or
Yeah,
said people with prosthetics instead of it just being a prosthetic arm? Oh wait, now there's a neural link, and you can actually tell
we
your
can
arm to
grow
move,
arm.
and, or
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
Oh,
something like
most
that.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's just such a slippery slope because it's like it's there's so many really good things that could come out of it, but there's also so many really bad things that could start to come out of it.
Hmm.
So I don't, like for a while I was kind of concerned, when all this information was going around about the mRNA vaccines, this and that and
Right.
the other thing. People were talking a lot about the effects on the immune system. And in my mind, I was like, Bill Gates is behind some of this funding. How do we know that they're not pushing? Because everything is a subscription service,
Hmm.
nowadays. How do we know that we're not going to get to a point where, oh, we've developed this grand new, therapy or injection that can help you have the most robust immune system? You only have to pay a monthly fee of, to where people are going to be subscribing and paying to be healthy. Like,
Listen,
because the thing is, like, the medical industry is not there to cure anybody. They're there to make money. If people are cured,
what is crazy about what you just said, right? I don't know if you've seen this video. I don't have it available on hand. I'm gonna see if I can try to bring it up so you can
mhm.
understand a little bit more what I'm talking about. But these guys went to a graveyard. All right, they went to a graveyard,
Ugh.
and the graveyard they went to, they went with a specific instrument that reads binary codes. Um,
Oh,
Now, mind you, they were pointing said instrument at grave sites of deceased, obviously, right?
right.
Which should be reading zero, nothing, nada, nilch.
Yeah, you would think.
These grave sites were literally registering binary code. So even though these people were dead, they're still giving off data. Now, mind you, the reason why
Whoa.
this is so significant is because of the said death dates. We're lining up with the time frame of when we had everything going on and when everything was getting kind of justified as a such and such death. That's why
Hmm.
it's one of those things. You know what I'm saying? So
That's so crazy.
yeah. I'm gonna see if I can bring it up on the side over here. But that it's funny that you said that because who's to say, what really was in what everybody was getting told to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and like when you look like I mean, I know it sounds very tinfoil hat, very woo woo, but when you look into things like nanoparticles and things like that, I mean,
Right.
you're talking cybernetics that are so small that they're microscopic. I mean,
Mm,
that's scary. And then you look up at the sky and there's all these contrails and it's falling down, it's getting in your water supply, and it's like, oh my God. You can't think about it too much or it gets really scary.
right.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy though. Like, so you said that the grave sites that they were testing were specifically of folks who died during that uh pan time.
Yeah. So, um,
That's crazy.
hold on 1 second.
I wonder if they tested any others?
No, they went around and tested the whole like thing. Now I'm trying to find this specific like the clip right here. All right, the clip right here. Let me bring it over so you guys can see it a little bit. And the date specific on this one was 2021. On the specific one right here, There's other ones as well, but I'm gonna see if I can get this on screen so you guys can see it a little bit better. Let's do it with this one here. So yeah, this right here is, this one's coming from a review. I couldn't find the original video, which sucks because I this is the one I wanted to see. But there's a dude specifically talking. I'm gonna cut him out so that way he's not on here, because I don't know who that is. And I can't give him credit if I don't know who it is. But this video here is originally posted from YouTube, and I couldn't find it. Now the date on it is 2021. Just watch the readings of this device, right, that he has in his hand. So for those that aren't understanding what's going on, that's registering digital data coming from the gravesite.
Whoa.
Right. This one here, another one, this one from 2023. This one, obviously, you can see the difference in the date is a lot more
Recent,
it's a lot more recent, but it's also a lot bigger as far as
Mhm.
age, the age group. So again, the age group is what I was kind of looking at on some of these, but you could see like nothing on the regular grass, and then walking over to the actual site of the dig site, and that's when it starts picking up numbers. And I'm wondering, like, at the same time, I'm wondering, like, hey, this is also, like, a really leafy area. So what if there's, like, something that somebody dropped a headphone or something? I don't know. But some of these numbers are exponentially high. And I'm like, that is crazy. Like, we're talking,
That's
that one is
insane.
11,000 bytes coming from the one specific. These ones in the low hundreds, and then it spikes. So, I don't know. I don't know. I seen it, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Being that
That's
some
crazy.
people, you know what I mean? Being that some people were discussing things similar to this when everything was popping off. This just kind of plays into that a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what do you think? Like, do you know what it was that they were? I don't know. Again, all allegedly and speculation here on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Completely. But that is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow.
I felt like that kind of went with what you were saying. You know what I'm saying? Especially who you were talking about and shit like that. It would make sense.
Yeah.
In actuality, it would make sense.
Well, and it's kind of like everybody talks about the singularity, like it's going to be this pivotal, like, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but like a very black and white sort of event. Like now
Right.
we're in the, but I don't think that that's how it's going to happen at all. I almost feel like it's going to be a slow process that, maybe we're not even aware of, and we all sort of start to become a little bit more interconnected, and maybe we're not exactly privy to why or how. But the next thing you know, it's like flash forward 20 years, and we're all just online mentally or whatever. It's like, I think it's one of those things that would be a slow evolution that we're not gonna be.
Listen,
I don't
I'm
think
just
we're gonna
saying,
have a
imagine
choice.
waking up, doing your normal morning routine, but then instead of putting your shoes on, grabbing your keys, getting in your car and going to work, you just sit in a recliner and put on a headphone or a headset type of device, and all of a sudden you lay back, hit a button, and you are now at work.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's very like, what's the movie?
Ready Player
Shoot,
One. That's
no,
what I'm thinking of as far as that.
I'm thinking
That's more of a
of
game environment, but I'm thinking in like a real life environment, that type of thing. You know what I mean? What are you thinking
I'm
of?
thinking it's like a Disney movie, and it's like all the people are floating in the floaty chairs, and then there's like the robot that
Oh, that's
is
Wally.
Lolly, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
Wally. My son loves
Wally.
that movie.
It is a
Yeah,
good
so
movie.
it's kind of like, is that where we're gonna end up? Just floating around in our chairs, like,
I
yeah,
mean,
because data is like so important. Everybody wants data. Everything
right.
you look at online, they want something from you. So, I mean, I keep getting texts on my phone from people who are like, "Oh, we have a data mining job. Would you like to apply for this?" I don't want to. What? Data mining? I'm like, what? No, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Creepy.
We also get the ones, the AI trainers. We
Yeah.
need AI trainers. Please help us. Compensation is great, and I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
What am I
Oh,
training them
my.
on? First of all, I thought AI was training other people nowadays. Like, what
Right.
happened here? How did this switch happen? What the fuck?
I don't know. Don't tell Cordell about that because that might be
Listen.
right up his alley. He's already training AI, I think.
Right, right. I mean,
Yeah.
he's like, I can get paid for this.
Right.
Look, you bet.
Right
Hey
on.
man, big shout out to everybody downtown here with us on the Korner Konvo podcast, man. Big shout out to you guys hanging out with us today. We had a lot of things that we discussed, you know what I'm saying? A lot of different news topics and things like that. But again, if you guys have anything, and if you're tapping in on the replay, shout out and salute to you. But throw a comment in there. Let us know about something that potentially happened in your area, and again, we'll give you the allegeds up here. You know what I'm saying? We'll give you the speculation and shit up here. We'll do our own little research and figure it out. Big shout out though to you guys, man. We got Mid-May Madness coming tonight on the Downtown Sound, and yeah, if you don't know, man, you better figure it out because shit is going ham. All right. Song of the Month tournament is in effect. We already have a lot of spots locked up. We have the Mid-May Madness. Who is gonna survive the madness
I believe you
this
only
weekend?
have like 3 weekends left.
Yeah.
Tonight, tomorrow, and then next Friday, and then that's it. Actual tournament starts Saturday.
Yeah. Well, next week we're gonna have on Friday next week. I believe is next Friday. We're gonna be doing the wild card weekend. Yeah, that's gonna be a whole workout. All right, you're gonna need to get your best out for that one for sure, because that's gonna be the wild card spot that's gonna get locked up. Other than that, man, what you see on the screen right now is not exactly locked in as far as the matchups go. We will be doing a Saturday morning. Potentially a Saturday morning. I don't know if the exact timing. We kind of been fluctuating on the times for those pop-up shows, but we'll get that situated for you guys, and also do a bracket selection show to show you what the matchups will be. We'll get those chosen as well. If you want a spot though, show up tonight. All right, show up tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, and bring your best tracks out and see if you have what it takes to get locked in on this. Yeah, the winner of this tournament, $50 in your pocket, potentially $100. Again, I'm still working with the sponsor as they have been super busy. And I'm gonna get a confirmation. I'm hoping by this upcoming week, we might have a potential sponsor for another 50. So that'll bring up the pot this month to a hundo. We'll see. We'll see. Potentially. Big shout out though. With that being said, if you want to get locked in, man, come in tonight. We'll have everything situated for you on the Downtown Sound. We'll also have a 50-50 in effect, so make sure you guys are tapping in and hitting the share button for all your people. Get into all your circles. Go downtown to all your neighbors and all of that. Fuck the cup of sugar. Tell them come outside. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. Other than that, man, I'm OC Kush.
Yeah, the more people you guys bring in, the more votes your song will get, definitely, for sure.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. They'll let you know. And especially if you bring them down here to the corner and we get a vibe check on it. If it passes the vibe check, you have a potential track on your hands for Song of the Night material. As long as you can make it into the top 3 by the end of the show, you'll get a final vote, and potentially win and be able to make it into that previous bracket that you guys had on screen. Other than that, man, we have H Quinn in the building. Sub Mom, big shout out to you guys. And Quinn specifically for jumping in. Cordell doing his thing, man, getting shit done on the real. Quinn, you got anything you want to say, man, before we get off of here? You know what I'm saying?
No, this was actually pretty dope. I actually enjoy this. I'm not gonna lie.
Hell yeah.
Hey, hey, it's fun. It's fucking fun. I know you didn't have too much to say when it came to the news and shit. But you were doing things on the side, so no biggie. But if you did have anything, you know what I'm saying, next time if you are a guest on the show and you have anything news-wise, let us know. We'll throw it in there. I know you did submit. Big shout out to you though. You did submit the video that we did see from Tonawanda and the
that was cool.
The severity of what was going on last night. You know what I mean? And the potential of what could be going on if you were in any of those areas. What could possibly go on for you today? So be on the lookout. Definitely be on the lookout. And conveniently, like I said, downtown gonna be a crazy sight tonight. So make sure you guys are tapping in. Other than that, what you got? Go ahead, Quinn.
Sorry, my bad. If I can, if I'm able to tap in tonight, can I tap in tonight or not really?
Yeah, why not?
Are you mean on the panel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
I say yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean if
we'll
you at
balance
work
it
or something,
out.
that's different. You know what I'm saying? I would say if you were at work, it would be a little different. I don't want the show to be any kind of no, I get it. Any kind of reason of why anybody does anything from work and gets fired. You know what I'm saying? We ain't about that. We ain't on that type of timing. You know.
It's all right. You already know they can't fire me. They need me in that spot.
Hell yeah. Say less.
That's always a good place to be in.
Yeah, we should have we should have Cordell with us tonight. We should have him here tonight. I believe everything that he had to go and do today should be finalized before tonight, so he should be up here with us as well. But yeah, you're more than welcome if you want to slide through on the panel. We got a spot. Definitely for you. Other than that, Mom, you got anything you want to close out with this morning?
No, just shout out to Quinn for being here with us. Make sure to roll in tonight with your best tracks. We got mid-May Madness going on. We're going to be doing the Mad Libs tonight, so bring your dictionary and all your cool words.
This is the one where y'all need them words. You feel me?
Yeah.
Some of them were like for Mom's Day and shit. Some of the words I was like, this would work like during Mid-May Madness maybe as like a great submission for a word, but for Mother's Day, guys, like y'all were having to check crazy on these weekends. I'm just saying, this is the weekend. Bring the fucking wacky dictionary, man.
Bring your weird words.
Get the madness
Bring all
out
your
there.
weird words.
You guys see it though. We were on the outskirts. Of the madness today. However, tonight the entire city is in array. All right, this is only the block. Downtown tonight is going to be in array. So show up and show the fuck out. Mom, H Quinn in the building. I'm OC Kush, man. Salute to you motherfuckers, man. We'll see y'all tonight.
Good night. Good afternoon.
Later.